That tip you tried on Saturday, it'll be gone by Tuesday. Most golfers spend years collecting swing advice that works for exactly one round, then vanishes. There's a reason for that, and it has nothing to do with talent. One change. That's all you need, but only if you apply it the right way. Here's what's actually happening when a quick fix fails. You watch a tip, it clicks on the range. You stripe a few balls, feel it in your hands, think you've cracked it. Saturday comes and it's completely gone. You're back to the same miss, the same frustration, the same score. This is the cycle that keeps 90% of weekend golfers stuck at the same handicap for years. Not because the tip was bad, because of how your brain stores movement. Quick fixes target the feeling of the swing, and feelings fade. What lasts is a motor pattern, wired into muscle memory through specific, deliberate practice. The difference between a fix that sticks and one that disappears isn't the tip itself. It's how you practice it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to make any swing change permanent. Let's start with why this keeps happening. Your brain treats a golf swing as a motor skill, same category as riding a bike or catching a ball. Motor skills are stored differently than facts. You can't think your way into them. You have to move your way in, slowly, repeatedly, with friction. When you watch a tip and immediately try it at full speed on the range, your brain does something predictable. It borrows from your existing pattern. You get a partial improvement, maybe 2 or 3 cleaner shots, but the old wiring is still there. And the moment you're under pressure, first tee, tight lie, a hole that matters, your brain reverts. Every time. That's the trap, not the tip. The trap is speed. Here's what that looks like in practice. Say your miss is a slice. You find a tip about keeping the face square through impact. You feel it on the range. Great session. But on Saturday, hole 4, you open the face again. The fix didn't fail, your brain never actually stored it. You warmed up with it. That's not the same thing, so here's the real fix. One concept, one drill, and a specific way to use them. The concept is called blocked versus variable practice. This is the part most golfers skip, and it's the main reason they never improve. Blocked practice means you do the same thing over and over in sequence. 20 balls, same cue, same club, same target. This feels productive. You get better as you go. But motor learning research is clear. This kind of practice doesn't transfer to the course. You're getting warm, not building a pattern. The second the context changes, different hole, different pressure, different lie, the skill disappears. Variable practice is different. You mix things up. You change clubs, change targets, change the challenge. Your brain has to solve the problem fresh each time. That friction feels uncomfortable in the moment. But that discomfort is exactly what creates lasting learning. Here's what that means for your swing. Step 1. Take whatever fix you're working on and slow it down to 30% speed. Not half speed, 30%. So slow it looks almost absurd. At this pace, your brain can actually process the new movement without defaulting to the old habit. 10 rehearsal swings at this speed before you hit a single ball. Step 2. Hit 1 ball at full speed. 1, then back to 3 slow motion rehearsal swings, then 1 ball again. This ratio is the whole game. If you're hitting 5 balls in a row with the same thought, you're doing blocked practice. You're warming up. You're not wiring anything. Step 3. Every 5 shots, change something. Change the club, change the target, move to a different bay. This forces your brain to apply the cue in a new context, which is exactly what happens on the course when you're standing over a shot that's unlike any other shot you hit that day. Here's the drill that pulls this all together. Grab an alignment stick and a 7-iron. Place the stick on the ground pointing at your first target. Hit 5 shots with your fixed cue in mind. Move the stick to a new direction. 5 more shots, same cue, new target. Switch to a wedge. 5 shots. Then back to the 7-iron, new target on the other side of the range. Run this cycle for 20 minutes. At the end, you should feel slightly unsettled, like you didn't quite nail it every time. That's a good sign. That's your brain working. If every shot felt smooth and automatic, you probably slipped back into the old pattern and called it progress. 2 mistakes that kill this process. The first is quitting when it gets uncomfortable. Variable practice feels worse than blocked practice in the moment. Your range session won't look polished. Your ball striking stats won't spike. But the transfer to the course happens, typically within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent work. The second mistake is switching cues every week. You find a new tip on Tuesday, try it Saturday, find another tip the following Tuesday. Your brain never has time to store anything because you keep replacing the target. Pick one fix. One cue, commit to it for 2 full weeks before you evaluate whether it's working. Now here's how you take this to the course. On the first tee, you have one thought, just one, whatever cue you've been practicing. Before the shot, 3 slow motion rehearsal swings. Then step in and go. Don't narrate the swing while it's happening. The cue goes in during rehearsal. The swing runs on its own. If you're talking to yourself mid-downswing, you've already lost it. For the first 2 weeks, play 1 cue per round, not per hole, per round. The goal isn't perfect shots. It's reinforcing the pattern under real pressure so your nervous system starts to recognize it as the default, not the exception. That's the mindset shift. Quick fixes are about surviving Saturday. Lasting improvement is about building something that shows up automatically 6 months from now under pressure on a hole that matters. The fact that you're watching this already puts you ahead of most golfers. Most players are still hunting for the magic tip. You're building the system. Let's bring it home. When quick fixes fail because they target feelings, not motor patterns. Feelings fade under pressure. Patterns don't. Variable practice is what actually transfers to the course. Mix up clubs, targets, and context so your brain has to solve the problem fresh every time. The discomfort is the point. 1 cue, 2 weeks, slow motion rehearsal before every shot. That's the protocol. It's not glamorous, but it's what works. Give yourself 2 honest weeks with this approach. Not perfect weeks, honest ones. Practice the drill 3 or 4 times. Play a couple of rounds with 1 cue and nothing else. The change won't just show up on the range. It'll show up on a real hole under real pressure when the score actually matters. If you want to accelerate the slow motion rehearsal work away from the range, the lag shot 7-iron swing trainer is built exactly for this. The weighted flex forces you to feel the correct sequence at low speed, which is the whole point of the drill we just talked about. You can do your rehearsal swings in the living room, the backyard, anywhere. I've linked it in the description below. It's one of the few training aids that actually matches the science of how motor skills get built. Subscribe for new tip every week. Next video covers the one setup position that quietly undoes every swing fix before the club even moves. That one's going to reframe how you look at every drill you've ever tried. Save this video so you can come back to the practice protocol when you're ready to put it to work. What's your current miss, slice, hook, or just inconsistent contact round to round? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone.